Now, the good thing is it's more than just social media. So we'll just use this little video to illustrate.
Rich, poor, kleptos, pyros, tacky, dapper, rude, and randy. Let there be love, let there be life, let there be The Sims 3.
So what we had there is we see that there's a shift. People might call it in gamification, which you see it with things such as huge games such as Call of Duty, but you also saw it there with the old traditional things such as Second Life. Brands are now inhabiting these worlds, and often you get things such as in-app purchasing, which is where most of the money is made. So again, you have product placement or brands inhabiting even these worlds. Worlds that you see kids playing in, things like World of Warcraft or Minecraft. And as we increasingly move forward with technologies that we see through Oculus Rift and virtual reality, or we go with HoloLens and the creation increasingly of these cyber worlds that you can literally inhabit, and you see the clunky versions such as The Sims and Second Life there, but this is going to become so real that you won't be able to tell the difference. Well, the branded worlds will go with us, your Coca-Colas, etc. They will all be there, they'll just be there in a different way. And this little clip here shows us how they've already inhabited our digital lives and we don't even know it, but they do it in such a cool, sophisticated way, and it's an interesting discussion point. So let's have a wee look at this clip.
Agente especial Graham. Eu nunca me apresentei formalmente.
Yes, that car here in the series Hannibal isn't what it appears.
It's product placement, a bit of subtle advertising, and digital.
And of course, it means that you can change things according to where you happen to be watching. If your character develops a bit of a thirst, what they drink can change if they're in Singapore, Indonesia, China, or here, back to Britain. The products can also shift depending on who's watching to reflect your sex, your age, or even your income. Give me an idea, what could you do with a space like this?
Well, a guiding principle around what we do is finding the right brand for the right context. And in this sort of context, we could do a number of things. We could have beverages, we could have computers, or we could have mobile phones. And we can even reinforce those brand messages by having signage, for example, which reflects the same brand, but albeit in a different way.
All of this through the magic of post-production after the filming's happened?
Yes, so there is a lot of sophisticated technology that's not just about making the image look right, but it's also about what it's worth to an advertiser and just enabling the transaction so the people who buy and sell advertising know what they're going to get for their money.
So what you saw there was the digitization of brands obviously overlaying any particular space. And what was quite interesting, did you notice the notion of the profiling when he talked about obviously placing the brand online or in film or in any documentary, or even if you think about festival stuff, if you think of Glastonbury and the BBC, then they could place any brand, any place, anywhere, any time, according to the profile of the consumer, according to their age, he said, according to their sex or their gender, right? and according to their economic status. And that leads us quite nicely onto this idea. So, why? Why is it and what is it that basically attracts people to these cyber brands? What do we need to take into consideration when you're looking at putting particular images online? When brands are looking at what type of social content or what type of experience that the brand should be engaging with, what is it that makes people tick, and why do they want to be online? And that takes us to section 3.